What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm Mike, and today's episode is a continuation of part one. This is part two of the exploitation movies genre, and basically the black exploitation movies subgenre slash split off, kind of branched off into the black exploitation movie genre. Now, these came out in the 70s, late 60s, early 80s, kind of all through that time period. All kinds of stuff. They were known as B movies. They were turned out pretty fast. There's some really bad, horrible ones. They were popular in drive-ins and, you know, your B-movie grindhouse theaters and stuff back in the day. These were turned out just like kung fu flicks back in the 70s, all the Bruce Lee rip-offs and all the different stuff. So there was these genres of movies. Now, black exploitation movies were exciting because a lot of times they dealt with crime adventures. They were thrillers. You know, you had the robberies, you had pimps and prostitutes and crooked city people, crooked mayors, definitely crooked cops, all kinds of different stuff in these movies. So this is part two, and I'm going to showcase some really cool movies here. First up, I got this on Amazon probably before the holidays. It's a 3-pack, and this is called the Soul Showcase. Now, this was released from Amazon. This is just one of those, you know, budget releases. It's DVD. Two of the movies are on one disc, and the first one, I really looked for this movie to find the movie called Willy Dynamite, and it's on here. Because there's a pretty cool Blu-ray out of Willy Dynamite. I believe Arrow put it out. But it was more in my budget to find the DVD and check it out because I really wanted to see the movie. I wasn't worried about having the most expensive, you know, movie company. You know, I was really wanting to see the movie. Now, Willy Dynamite came out in 1973. It stars a guy named Roscoe Orman. It also has Diana Sands, Famulus Rosula, crazy name, definitely recognize his face. Roger Robinson. This was directed by Gilbert Moses III, and basically Willy Dynamite is this flashy pimp whose operation is crumbling, it's falling apart. He's competing with other pimps to be the top pimp in the city. He's competing with the corrupt cops that want a piece of the action, and just all the corruption. You know, he's just fighting to stay on top and questioning this whole, you know, business that he's in, this whole occupation, if you will, that he's in and stuff. So Willy Dynamite, super cool movie. It's on this DVD. I believe it may have its own DVD release, and it's definitely got a good Blu-ray release. You want to check it out. Now, also on this set, there's a movie called Trick Baby. Now, this is kind of a crazy. This would you kind of put this more in the, maybe put this in the group with like movies like Mandingo and stuff like that, where they're kind of slightly racist and stuff. Johnny O'Brien he's a white man, and this guy named Blue Howard is a black man. They're two Philly con men who use their skills and their color to manipulate and scam until they swindle the wrong people. And then they have to kind of get together and get themselves out of this. But yeah, I think one of them like tries to play black or something. It's all mixed up. I didn't like it as much as Willy Dynamite. Willy Dynamite was good. It actually looked really good on this DVD. The other movie I'm really excited about, I'm a big fan of Fred Williamson. He played all kinds of different characters along the 70s in some movie. This one he's playing a martial arts expert named Bolt. And this movie's called That Man Bolt. And I'm not sure if it's on Blu-ray or anything, but I found this he basically he's working this transport company, and there's a cool million in cash from Hong Kong to Mexico City. He discovers that the money's dirty, and this is the whole operation. Now Bolt must set out to destroy the crime syndicate that set him up, a mission that leads him on a high-stakes danger in high-stakes danger in Las Vegas. Sorry. And high-speed chases, etc., etc. But yeah, any movie with Fred Williamson in it's just very interesting, super cool. He did a whole series of movies. Even recently, he was in a movie called VFW. You'll see that in the future. I got a 4K copy of that where he's much older, which this was from a couple years ago. And but yeah, Fred Williamson. Cool. Got some more movies to show you from this. But yeah, this is a 3-pack. You can find this pretty cheap on Amazon, so check it out. Next up, I got another Fred Williamson movie and an Isaac Hayes movie. Now, Isaac Hayes, famous for doing the Shaft theme song. He was a singer, and this was one of his first acting roles, I guess. And they launched him in this movie called Truck Turner. Now, there's a good Blu-ray release of this, and I wanted to kind of seek out the DVD. It was more in my budget. Plus, you know, I got The Hammer, which Fred Williamson plays the Hammer, and he's basically an ex-boxer. Let's see here. 74 is when Truck Turner came out. Truck Turner, man, I love it. It's so funny. It's got this funny underlayer of it. I mean, he's so good in this movie. It's such a rewatchable movie. It's really good. And The Hammer is really good too. Just to kind of briefly tell you about it, The Hammer is, after, you know, spending his life trying to get off the streets of LA, he plays a guy named BJ Hammer, who earned his shot at boxing's big time. But when the mob delivers the Hammer a heavy blow, when they kidnap his girlfriend and order him to throw the main event that he worked his, you know, life up to have, the big match and stuff, and they're trying to get him to throw it, you know, they got bets on it and everything. So good movie, good kind of race against the clock movie to get his girlfriend and, you know, kick the butts of the bad guys. Truck Turner, man, he's a ex-football star turned bounty hunter, who he's out tracking this sadistic pimp. And it's just got some scenes. It's just hilarious. Just, I don't know, just funny. It's on the streets of LA. He's armed with brute strength, and his partner, played by Alan Weeks, he's also really good in this movie. I don't think he did very many movies. There was a couple more I've seen him in, but he's really good in this as his partner. But a tragic accident changes the rules of the game. Truck Turner finds himself being hunted by the city's deadliest hired killers, and it's kind of a race against time to get him before they get him, and work his way up to the mob boss and take him out and everything. So yeah, it's a great, funny, kind of a crime thriller type of movie, which is, it's hard to describe. Just take my word for it. Truck Turner, super good. The Hammer, also good. But yeah, Truck Turner is really what got me interested in that. Now, next up, I got a trio of movies, pretty famous movies, starring Fred Williamson in it. Now, I'll start off with the first one here. It's called Hell Up in Harlem. And Fred Williamson is Tommy Gibbs. He's a fearless, bulletproof, tough guy who blasts his way from the gutter to become the ultimate soul brother boss when he steals a ledger with the name of all the crooked cops and officials on the mob payroll. So they're basically they're all coming after him to get that ledger back that's got all the info in it, and basically take him out and everything. And it's a super good movie, super good, well directed. let's see, who directed this again? Oh, Larry Cohen. Yeah, Larry Cohen, great director of these genre movies and stuff. It's also got Julius Harris, Gloria Henry, Margaret Avery, D'Urville Martin, who's one of those faces that you recognize but don't really know his name. But yeah, Hell Up in Harlem, definitely a good movie. One of the more bigger name movies that came out back in the day. Now the next one stars Fred Williamson with Pam Grier, and it's called Bucktown. And this is another super cool movie. They have such a great charisma together. Dean Johnson basically comes home to Bucktown to bury his brother who got killed, and to take over his brother's bar in this city. The city's run by crooked cops, and basically they're shaking down all the black businesses, you know, with money each month. And so there's a guy, I'm not sure who it was, maybe it was, God, who was it, Tony King? I can't think of his name, but he plays the uncle to Pam Grier. And there's also a little guy, and they're all together, and they really talk him into staying and opening up his bar, his brother's bar and stuff, you know. So he thought, well, I'll do this temporarily, make some money, you know, sell the place, and then I'm going to go back home. But he ends up getting wound up, caught up in all the stuff, all the crookedness going on in town. He falls in love with Pam Grier. Good movie. Let's see, this was directed by Arthur Marks, who, you know, mentioned earlier. Good movie, another big name movie of this genre. And third, for Fred Williamson, is Black Caesar. Now, this is one of the more famous black exploitation movies from the 70s. It's a Tommy. This is the story of Tommy Gibbs again. This kind of shows you how he started. You know, it shows how he grew up on the streets without a dad, trying to make his mother proud. He resorts to running errands for, you know, some gangster mob characters, and builds his way up until he kind of inherits the business somehow. He breaks out on his own, and basically he gets big, and they're trying to get him down and everything. But yeah, it's kind of a trilogy. It's kind of a trilogy. With Bucktown, Hell Up in Harlem, and Black Caesar, where he plays Tommy Gibbs in each movie, and they're more or less continuations of each other. Yeah, so yeah, it was a really good movie. The very action-packed, believable characters, just a lot of fun. That's emphasis on that. A lot of fun watching these. So I'll come up to the end now, guys, for part 2, and this is one of the movies, man, I really love this movie. It is so much fun. It's a great movie to watch. You know, it's a great rewatch movie. And now this is the movie I've had for a while, this DVD. This is an older release of Trouble Man, starring Robert Hooks, and he plays Mr. T for Trouble. This is way before Mr. T with all the jewelry and stuff came along in the 80s. Now, he is so good. Robert Hooks, I'm not sure what he did after he did these. I didn't really research on him, but he pretty much didn't do a whole lot of stuff. But man, he's really good in this movie. He's a lot of fun. Now, this is the old 20th Century Fox edition that's got widescreen on one side, full screen on the other side. This one I found this at a yard sale or something way back in the day, and it's beat up to hell. Half the movie doesn't play right, and one day this movie was going to come out on Blu-ray, so I was excited about that. So I picked up this is the Kino Lorber classic edition of Trouble Man. Super good movie. Let me just, some of the people in it. Paul Winfield, you'll definitely recognize the actor Paul Winfield. Ralph Waite, you'll definitely recognize him because he goes on to be Grandpa Walton, or of the Waltons TV show. This was right before it, 1972, and really good movie, cast of characters, great soundtrack by Marvin Gaye. It's directed by Ivan Dixon. Now, he does a great job. He's got a real eye for shots, and he's got real good, moves the story along really good. Kind of reminded me of Humphrey Bogart and like some of the, crime detective movies from back in the day. Kind of reminded me of film noir from the 40s and 50s and stuff. But this is kind of the, this is the 70s. We got some color. We got, black characters. So it's really good. Gosh, man, I can't explain enough. But it's basically Mr. T is kind of the guy, helps out a lot of people in town. He's kind of he's the man. Let's just put it that way. He's the man. Everybody likes Mr. T. They call him T. Everybody likes him. And so Paul Winfield has a scam and kind of tangles him up in it. So he's trying to prove, his innocence. He's trying to, all this stuff. And it all basically takes place in like a day to... starts from like one morning to dawn the next day. So it kind of shows 24 hours or so, 48 hours in the life of this story, and it's so cool. Definitely recommend Trouble Man. And the other ones I recommend is the trilogy here. What is it? What is his name again? I should know this. Tommy Gibbs. These Tommy Gibb movies, Bucktown. All of these have really good Blu-ray releases, by the way, that they've released here recently. But yeah, all of these got better copies. But these are all the old original MGM-UA. They were called Soul Cinema, and there was a whole series of them released and stuff. So, Hell Up in Harlem, Black Caesar, definite fun movies. Can't go wrong with them. So maybe one day I'll upgrade to Blu-ray because they're great movies. They're rewatched. They're made to be rewatched. They're just a lot of fun and stuff. So I hope you guys like this episode. I got more episodes in the future. So tune in, keep your eyes open. I'm going to have part 3 coming up in the future sometimes. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give me some comments if you, comment about anything. Let me know. Maybe some movies I should have put in this episode. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. I need a drink of water because I'm out of breath from talking so long. But can't go wrong with these movies, guys. Great, a lot of fun. But yeah, Blaxploitation movies. And Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm out. I'll see you guys next time.